Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Let's Play Forge. Last episode we did a challenge, and it was a challenge in which the opponent used a lot of orc mines to destroy our land cards little by little by enchanting against them. And yeah, it was a very annoying challenge, but we managed to persevere. And we defeated the challenge, and in return we got to choose a card as our reward. Now we have no more challenges. A new challenge will be available in 8 wins, so let's see if we can go through that. For now I will pick a random opponent. We'll be playing against Baron Sengir. I won the coin toss, so I get to choose if I go first or second. Let's go first. Yeah, this is a fine starting hand. I will use this. Let's summon a Bitterblade Warrior, which is a 2/2 Jackal Warrior creature which has the effect of you may exert Bitterblade Warrior as it attacks. When you do, it gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch until the end of turn. An exerted creature is one that won't untap during your next untap step. So let's summon this one. He casts Torture, which enchants a creature and which has the effect of choose target creature. For 1 black mana and 1 other mana, put a -1/-1 counter on creature Torture enchants. Okay, that's annoying. Let's Alpha Strike him, and I will not yeah, I will not exert it. I would just want to do regular damage for now. So now he paid 1 mana to put a -1/-1 counter on my creature, which is quite annoying. Let's summon Wild Ox, which is a 3/3 Ox creature which has Swamp Walk, which means that if the defending player has any swamps in play, Wild Ox can't be blocked. And he does have a lot of swamps in play on his side of the field, so basically this is an unblockable creature for us. Yeah, let's Alpha Strike him. I will not exert the Bitterblade Warrior just yet. He used another, he paid another mana to put another -1/-1 counter on my Bitterblade Warrior, effectively killing it, which is quite unfortunate. Let's summon a Giant Spider, which is a 2/4 spider creature which has Reach, which means that this creature can block creatures with flying. That's nice, and now let's attack him with our Wild Ox. Now he summons a Sengir Bats, which is a 1/2 Bats creature which has flying, and with the effect of whenever a creature is put into the graveyard at the same turn Sengir Bats damaged it, put a +1/+1 counter on Sengir Bats. Okay. Let's summon Elite Cat Warrior, which is a 2/3 creature which has Forest Walk, which means that if the defending player has any forests in play, which he does not, he only has swamps, Elite Cat Warrior can't be intercepted. Forests are in play regardless of whether they're tapped or untapped. So this is not unblockable because he only has swamps and no forest cards on his side of the field, but it's still a nice creature to have. Let's attack him with our Wild Ox to do some damage to him. He summons a second Sengir Bats. Let's cast Cartouche of Strength, which is an aura cartouche which has the effects of enchant creature you control. When Cartouche of Strength enters the battlefield, you may have enchanted creature fight target creature an opponent controls. Each deals damage equal to its power to the other. An enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has Trample. So let's do this with our Wild Ox to attack his one of his Sengir Bats and destroy it. And now let's just Alpha Strike him, except for the Giant Spider. I will use the Giant Spider to block him. He casts another Torture on one of my creatures. I'm not entirely sure which one. Ah, it's the Wild Ox. Never mind. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with it. And let's just Alpha Strike him this time. He will have to block us with his Sengir Bats, but that won't do him much good. So we won. That was a very easy fight. I really like the Homelands world. It's so chill, and there are very few possibilities for the opponent to get the better of us. I really enjoy it. Let's summon an Initiate's Companion, which is a 3/1 cat creature which has the effect of whenever Initiate's Companion deals combat damage to a player, untap target creature or land. So let's summon this one. He casts a torture again on my creature, so I guess he does it on my Initiate's Companion, and immediately he destroys it because my Initiate's Companion only had 1 toughness. So him putting a single -1/-1 counter on it effectively destroyed it. Let's summon a Feral Prowler, which is a 1/3 cat creature, which has the effect of when Feral Prowler dies, draw a card. Now he summons his own Sengir Bats, which is quite unfortunate. Let's use Ambuscade, which has the effect of target creature you control gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So let's use this on our Feral Prowler to attack his Sengir Bats. And now let's Alpha Strike him. And that was fairly easy. We did quite fine for ourselves. Let's summon a Giant Spider, which is a 2/4 spider creature which has reach. So that we will be able to block him in the future. Yeah, this is very easy. We are doing quite well for ourselves. There are no issues whatsoever. Let's just Alpha Strike him with everything that we have. He summons a second Sengir Bats, which won't do him much good. Let's use Cartouche Strength on our Feral Prowler to attack his Sengir Bats. And now let's Alpha Strike him once again. He summons an Izan's Shade, which is a legend creature which has protection from white. It's a 5/5 creature. Ooh, this is gonna be a bit hard. Let's just Alpha Strike him again. I'm curious to see who he will block. So he uses his Izan's Shade to block our Giant Spider, which has only 2 power but 4 toughness. And since we are at this point, we might as well... Like, he would normally win this battle, because his Izan's Shade has 5 power, which is greater than Giant Spider's 4 toughness, so our Giant Spider will be defeated and killed in this battle. Whereas my Giant Spider's 2 power against his Izan's Shade 5 toughness means that his Izan's Shade will survive this battle without dying. But in order to change that, we can cast a bunch of instants in our hand. Specifically, we have Shed Weakness and Gift of Strength. Because they are instants, I can cast them at any point I want to cast them, as long as I have the mana to pay for their mana cost. And because we can cast them at any point, I will cast them right now immediately to buff up my Giant Spider so that he becomes strong enough to be able to destroy his Izan's Shade, preferably without having to die in the process as well. So let's do that. We can cast a Shed Weakness to give my Giant Spider +2/+2 until the end of turn, which means that it will grow to 4/6, but that still won't be enough to save him, or that still won't be enough to kill his Izan's Shade, I should say. So maybe we should rather cast the Gift of Strength, which has the effect of target creature gets +3/+3 and gains reach until the end of turn. Our Giant Spider already has reach per its per the card's own description, but getting +3/+3 would mean that it will grow till 5/7, which is enough to survive his battle with Izan's Shade, and also enough to kill his Izan's Shade. So let's do that. Let's do that with our Giant Spider. That was enough to kill him. Yeah, that was quite nice. Now he is out of options. He has no more creatures on his side of the field. We might as well summon a Wild Ox again. And let's just Alpha Strike him, man. Oh, he casts Broken Visage at the last second, which is an instant, so he could cast that any time. Bury target non-artifact attacking creature and put a shadow token into play. Treat this token as a black creature with power and toughness equal to the power and toughness of that attacking creature. Bury shadow token at the end of turn. Okay, so he did that. He generated the spirit token from that, and he destroyed my giant spider in the meantime. That's interesting. He casts serrated arrows, which is an artifact, and which does, when serrated arrows comes into play, put 3 arrowhead counters on it. During your upkeep, bury serrated arrows if there are no arrowhead counters on it. And for tapping, remove an arrowhead counter from serrated arrows to put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. So he taps it to put a -1/-1 counter on which one of my creatures? Ah, it's the wild ox. Okay. Let's just alpha strike him. He's almost dead. He is almost dead. He casts torture again to destroy one of my creatures, but it won't really matter that much. Let's cast Shed Weakness, which has the effect of target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn, and you may remove a -1/-1 counter from it. So let's use that on our Feral Prowler. Yes. Let's Alpha Strike him, and we won. That was easy. So we won from this battle a Grandmother Sengir, which is a legend card which has which costs 1 black mana and 4 other mana to summon. It's a free/free creature, and it has the effects of, for paying 1 black mana and 1 other mana and tapping it, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Not that great. We also get Temerian Fiends, which is a 1/1 Fiends creature which costs 2 black mana and 1 other mana to summon, and which has the effects of remove Temerian Fiends from your deck before playing, if not playing for ante. For paying 3 black mana, sacrifice Temerian Fiends to bury target artifact that any opponent owns in your graveyard. Put Temerian Fiends into that opponent's graveyard. This change in ownership is permanent. The opponent may ante an additional card to counter this effect. Interesting. And that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to get in touch with me, I have a Mastodon account as well as a Matrix room that you can join, details of which you can find in the description of this video. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.